What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. It's your boy Arande here, and I'm back with another video. So in this video, I'll be going over the GFS and European models, what to expect for the rest of this week and in the near future for June. So let's go ahead and get started with this. So as of 8 p.m. tonight, according to the GFS, we will have a high pressure up there off the northeast, kind of near, I guess, New York City area. We will have some showers and potentially thunderstorms stretching from the deep south to the central part of the United States, all the way up to the Canadian border. We also might have some rain showers go across the west coast, particularly in Oregon and Washington State. And we do have a lot of moisture that needs to be watched just south of Florida. So we can move into 2 a.m. tonight. Still seeing some scattered showers across the deep south, impacting areas like Georgia and Alabama. Even parts of the southeast for the northwestern part of South Carolina and western part of North Carolina, even in eastern Tennessee, we are seeing potentially some showers and potentially some thunderstorms around 2 a.m. tonight for June 9th. So we go ahead and move that forward just a little bit more, still having that high pressure and hanging off the mid-Atlantic or northeast. I'm still seeing some lingering showers from the western part of the Carolinas, even down into Georgia. Florida is pretty quiet. We have some scattered rain showers just along the coast, just north of Miami. Nothing too crazy there. So we move that forward into about, say, about 2 p.m. tomorrow. Might have some scattered showers along the coastal part of Florida for the Atlantic side. You might see some widespread showers go across Georgia, north and eastern Alabama, most of Tennessee, even into the Carolinas could see some showers and potentially some thunderstorms, and into the central part of the United States we could see some widespread showers. Potentially could be some heavy rainfall at times. Then also up into the northwestern part of the United States, particularly over Oregon, Washington State, we are seeing some showers potentially go across those regions as well. We move that forward to about 8 p.m. tomorrow. We still see some lingering showers going across the eastern half of the United States. Move that forward. We could potentially see a severe weather outbreak, or potentially some severe weather in one of these areas. Not really an outbreak actually, but this region right here definitely has a chance to see some strong storms around 2 a.m. on the 10th if this does happen by the GFS. We're still seeing some lingering showers and storm activity along this half of the United States. The deep south and southeast is pretty quiet. Seeing some scattered showers anywhere from south central Virginia through central North Carolina, even towards the western part of South Carolina and Georgia. Florida is pretty quiet, other than some scattered showers going across the southeastern part of the state. And then also going to 8 a.m. on the 10th, we still see some showers and thunderstorm activity going across the central part of the United States. Got a high pressure sitting on the west coast now over Oregon. Most of that rain, potentially you can see a snow mix in Washington State if this does play out. Some light snow could be mixed in with this rain around 8 a.m. Also seeing some showers and thunderstorms going across the central part of the United States. Still seeing some showers across Florida, but still seeing some moisture down there around the Gulf. So really got to watch out to make sure that I do not do anything sneaky. Most of us across the United States is dealing with a heat wave anywhere from the west coast all the way through the central part, deep south, southeast, even into the northeast. Most of us is dealing with a heat wave right now. Tends to be feeling like the triple digits. Around 8 p.m. on the 10th, we still see some showers and thunderstorm activity going across the eastern half of the United States and the central part. Most of that rain and snow mix is going to stay up in Canada, but nothing too crazy there. And most of us will remain dry, especially if you're out on the west coast, and just hot. Okay, then we move into about 8 a.m. on the 11th. We're still seeing some showers going across the eastern half of the United States, particularly from the Outer Banks all the way up into the northeast. And then also seeing some showers and potentially some thunderstorms across this region right here that you see circled on the screen. Got a little pressure sitting over Oklahoma. I mean, not Oklahoma, I think that's Kansas. Over Kansas, but nothing too serious there. Still seeing some moisture down there in the Gulf, but it's kind of weakened around this time frame. And then we see something that get going again around 8 p.m. on the 11th. Now we can see some strong storms going across Virginia, showers across western North Carolina, even up into the central part of the United States. You could see some strong storms in some of these areas if the GFS does play out to be correct around 8 p.m. West Coast is pretty dry and quiet. And then boom, around 2 a.m. on the 12th, this part, the central part, mainly the north central, And then the central part of the United States definitely has a potential to see some strong thunderstorms. This definitely could have a chance to produce large hail, especially if this does play out. Some strong gusty winds, and potentially could be a tornado is possible in any of these regions if you set up with some of this storm activity. We still see a lot of moisture just hanging off the coastal side of Mexico, even not far from Texas, but it tries to get some going. A lot of moisture do build down there around 12 at 8 p.m., but it seemed like it weakens just a little bit. Now, around 2 a.m. on the 13th, we could potentially see some showers stretching for the entire East Coast. Even down to the deep south, we can see some showers going across northern Mississippi, even down in Arkansas. We even can see in northern Texas some showers, potentially some thunderstorm activity is possible. Then also seeing just dry conditions across the west coast and pretty hot. Around 8 a.m. on the 13th, them showers do break a little bit across the southeast. Some lingering showers across Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, but nothing too crazy there. Might get more steady the further north, and the further you get down towards Florida, you might get some more steady showers. And then even across the south central part of the United States, in that region that just circles, definitely has a chance to see some showers and thunderstorm activity. Still seeing a lot of moisture down there into the Gulf region as well. Really got to watch out to make sure that I do not do anything sneaky, but we are supposed to have a near to below average hurricane season for the Atlantic and the Gulf. Pacific supposed to have a slightly more above average hurricane season this year. But regardless, it is possible that we can still see landfalls of tropical storms or major hurricanes impacting the Gulf states or the southeastern part of the United States. Going to about 8 p.m. tonight, 8 p.m. on the 13th, I'm seeing potentially some strong storms go across northern Mississippi, even through Arkansas. Potentially you can see some showers in northern Alabama, some strong storms along the eastern half of North Carolina, even down in the South Carolina and southeastern Virginia. Some lingering showers all up into the northeast, particularly over Maine, Vermont, those areas. High pressure building over the northwestern part of the United States near the Canada border. And also still seeing some moisture down there in the Gulf. And then it just weekends. We could potentially see some strong storms get going across Oklahoma, Texas area, before moving east even more, and then gets really intense across northern Louisiana, going straight through Arkansas as well. Seeing some showers going across Mississippi and Alabama and southwestern Tennessee. Also could see some strong storms across the central part of the United States. High pressure is on the east and west side of it. So mainly keeping the northeast and the mid-Atlantic pretty dry for this region right here. And then that just goes away. That is definitely some strong winds right there across around 2 p.m. on the 15th. Now again, we are days out. This definitely could change, but definitely could see some strong storms get going across the deep south all the way through the central part of the United States, and that low pressure sitting right there in the north central. And then it get more widespread, see some heavy rainfall, and it's going to be steady around I guess between 8 p.m. and 2 a.m. from the 15th and 16th across the central part of the United States, then impacting parts of the northeast with some widespread showers, even stretching all the way down into the Gulf. So you can see some more steady showers around the evening time on the 16th across the deep south, potentially the southeast. And then going into the 17th, most of that does break for the northeast. Still seeing some lingering showers across the southeast and the deep south. A lot of moisture is starting to impact Alabama, Georgia, the western side of Florida, even into Mississippi and Alabama from the Gulf. But it really just don't do anything. We get a high pressure get going just on the southeastern side of Florida. We're still seeing some showers going across Florida, but nothing crazy there. But then something tries to get going along the Louisiana coastline around 2 p.m., but it just don't strengthen enough. But it still brings some showers, potentially some heavy rain and steady rainfall across Louisiana, Alabama, even across Mississippi, and maybe eastern Arkansas. Still having a high pressure off the southeast coastline. Move that forward just a little bit more. We do have a low pressure that tries to stick over south central Virginia, just near the North Carolina state line, but brings some showers and thunderstorm activity across the mid-Atlantic. And then also seeing some showers and thunderstorm activity around the 22nd at 2 a.m. going across Arkansas again. Then we see a slight rotation right here just south of the Florida, but it seemed like it does weaken. This is the end of the run, so it tries to show something right in this region right here. Some slight rotation, but it just don't quite make it. We could potentially see some strong storms, potentially some gusty winds down there in South Carolina around 8 p.m. on the 22nd. But as a low pressure tries to sit right there, but it does move out. And most of the United States around this time frame, around 8 a.m. on the 24th, is pretty dry. Just some scattered showers in some areas, but nothing too crazy there. So let's go ahead and switch to the European model and see if it's hinting at the same thing or it has a different idea on how things might turn out. So we can go ahead and move around. Let's see, today's date is the 8th. We can go about 5 p.m. today. We have some showers and thunderstorms that might go across the deep south all the way into the central part of the United States. Again, a high pressure sitting off the mid-Atlantic, like the GFS did show, so they both are in agreement about that happening later on this evening into tonight. In an overnight hour, seems some strong storms potentially going across the central part of the United States. Showers going across the western part of the United States, as particularly over Oregon and Washington State. We do have some showers and thunderstorms that will continue across the southeast, from southwestern North Carolina, eastern Tennessee, northwestern South Carolina, even through most of Georgia. Well, the north and central part of Georgia, eastern Alabama, northern Alabama, and also northern Mississippi, and maybe stretching into southeastern Arkansas. We're still having a high pressure sitting there around 8 a.m. on tomorrow morning. Then also still have some showers going across the west coast. Some of those storms can get more widespread across the central part of the United States as we get into the rush hour time frame tomorrow around 5 p.m. across the central part in this region right here. You can see potentially some strong thunderstorms in any of those areas I just circled, and some strong heavy rainfall. Now this region right here into the north central part of the United States definitely has the potential to see some strong storms in that region as well. Heavy downpours, particularly over North Dakota, central part of North Dakota, and maybe stretching into northern north central South Dakota. That is possible according to the European. I did not see the GFS hint at this at all. Still seeing some moisture down there in the Gulf. So the GFS and European is both in agreement of seeing moisture in the Gulf, but as we move that forward, it does basically disappear. But really have to watch the Gulf, as we already had started hurricane season, for anything sneaky to happen down there. But it keeps showing moisture, then it just goes away. Could see some showers, potentially some thunderstorms go across the mid-Atlantic around the 11th at 8 a.m. and also potentially some strong thunderstorms across the central part of the United States, but nothing too crazy there. West Coast is staying dry around this time frame, with a high pressure sitting just over or southwest of Montana. But extremely hot weather across Arizona, Nevada, California, Oregon, those areas as well. Go into about 11 a.m. for the central part of the United States. We will potentially see some strong storms, some scattered showers across the north central part, even around the deep south. Could see some lingering showers going across Louisiana, northwestern Mississippi, even northeastern Alabama, and into Georgia as well. Move that forward, we could see a rush of showers go across the mid-Atlantic, even across the northeast and southeast around the rush hour time frame on the 11th as well. Potentially you could see some strong storms go across the central part of the United States, the north central part, but for the most part, west coast is still pretty quiet as the high pressure remains in place. Just extremely hot weather. That high pressure do move southeast just a little bit. West coast is still remaining dry and quiet around 5 p.m. on the 12th. But extremely hot weather. Could see some strong storms go across northeastern Texas, even across Oklahoma, and even across Arkansas as well. Then the weekend, then we potentially could see some more widespread showers go across the mid-Atlantic, the northeast, the north central, and the deep south around 2 p.m. on the 12th. Then just break. Potentially could see a rush or a burst of energy right here over Arkansas and southeastern Oklahoma, and potentially could have a chance to produce some strong storms. And then around 5 p.m. on the 13th, definitely could see some widespread showers, some heavy rainfall at times, stretching anywhere from the Outer Banks all the way through the entire state of South Carolina, all the way through Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, most of Texas, even through Oklahoma, Arkansas, even into Kansas as well. So definitely has a possibility of that happening. Even down there in Florida, could see some heavy rainfall in some of these areas around 5 p.m. on the 13th. And then we could still see some severe weather go across the central part of the United States, particularly over Kansas. Some strong thunderstorms, some Gulf-sized hail is possible, some strong gusty winds. And this is the end of the run. But around 2 a.m. on the 14th, this does try to dip south even more and start impacting Louisiana. But looking at this track, potentially could impact southwestern Tennessee, Mississippi, even down into Alabama, and maybe eastern Texas as well. I mean, Alabama, Louisiana, and maybe eastern Texas as well. Then we also do have some showers hanging off the coast of the Carolinas and southeastern Virginia, and then some more showers lingering across the central part of the United States with a high pressure sitting over Montana, but it's still keeping the west coast pretty quiet for any moisture, but extremely hot weather around 2 a.m. On the 14th. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell to be notified each and every time your boy do upload a new video. And I will see you guys in the next one. If it's God's will, stay safe out there. And it's your boy Aronde out.